Well, here I am live at Kitland Nelson Park at the Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall, and I'm going to be honoring Vietnam veterans throughout the day. But right here I have a special veteran, okay, and he's going to introduce himself real quick. He's going to tell me what year he was in and where he was stationed at, what rank and what branch. But I want to introduce you a proud Vietnam veteran.
Thank you very much. My name is Steve Maggio. I served in the United States Army from 1971 to 1974. I did a 3-year hitch, 2.5 overseas, 1 year in Vietnam, and then I was sent over a 30-day leave home, and then I was sent over to the Berlin border. So my time was pretty extensive, and it was pretty much overseas except for boot camp and AIT.
There you go. I'm looking at these awesome tattoos you have right here. Can you explain those for me?
Yes, this is something I'm very proud of. These are some tattoos I had done after I came home. And it says United States Army. It tells you the year that I served, 1971 to 74. It says...
U.S. Army.
Yes.
Defending freedom, 1971, 1974. See, I'm telling you, I'm attracted to ground pounders. Like another ground pounder, folks. Yeah,
yes. That's exactly what they call ground pounders, especially in an infantry unit, which is what I served in.
Yes. So this next tattoo is. You want to explain that one real quick?
Okay. Well, it's the. It shows the helmet that we had at the time during Vietnam, and the green with the camouflage.
Yeah.
And it says Death Before Dishonor, which was a big logo of the Engineer and the 3rd Infantry Division. That was their motto, Death Before Dishonor. So I had that put on my one of my arms. So I'm proud of it.
That is awesome. So at this time, I would like to honor your first name again?
Steve.
Steve, last name?
Maggio.
Maggio. Steve Maggio with the Vietnam lapel pin on behalf of the 43rd President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and on behalf of the Vietnam War 50th Commemoration Partner out of Washington, D.C., I am pleased to honor you with the Vietnam War lapel pin.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, son.
Thank you for your service, and welcome home, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, truly do.
Podcasting live at Kitland Nelson Park at the Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall, and I have a gentleman, a Vietnam veteran here, and he's going to explain his story a little bit, tell us what branch and what years he served, and go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Marvin Lee Walls, and I was in the Army from 1967 to 1971.
And what part of Vietnam were you boots on the ground?
I was stationed in Long Bend.
Long Bend. And you were, so that was during the Tet Offensive time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of ammunition was going on, a lot of killing was going on, but you guys held your ground.
Yes,
and
sir.
we went against the enemy, and you guys are the bravest veterans probably on the map. I mean, right up there with World War II.
Yeah, probably.
You did some amazing things, you know. I mean, just charging machine gun fire nests, you know, and taking the bullets. It's an amazing story what you guys did for our country. And so we're here to honor you today. And on behalf of the 43rd President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and the Vietnam War 50th Commemoration Partner out of Washington, D.C., we are here to honor you, sir, with the Vietnam lapel pin right here, sir.
Thank you.
And I just want to shake your hand as well. And we salute you. We'll give you a nice salute. And you can drop your salute. Welcome home, brother. Here I am with Don Ricketson, the master of ceremonies from Wednesday night for the opening ceremonies. It was epic. It was spectacular. It was the best setting, and the Major General Arnold Fields came out, and I was just so proud to be in that dignitary under that gazebo. But here we got is the master of ceremonies, Don Ricketson. He's just going to explain a little bit of the involvement that he's with, and he's with the planter chief Apopka. I'm gonna let you take over, sir.
Sergeant Matthews, thank you. This is John Ricketson with the Apopka Chief and the Planter newspapers. If you're in the area, you're familiar with us. If you're not, by all means, get a copy of it if you can. We had some super coverage in Friday's paper. The event on Wednesday night, the 7th, was just incredible. Major General Fields and Pastor Dan Tyler, Dr. Dan Tyler, just knocked it out of the park with their messages. Dan, from personal experiences with when he was in the war, whenever he came home, they asked him not to wear uniforms because he might get spat on by the people at the time or cause a riot or whatever, and that has now changed to the point where Dr. Tyler said now he's invited to speak to places, and he said they tell him he can sing, preach, or whatever, but he doesn't have to do anything. When he goes on stage with his uniform on, he'll get a standing ovation because the attitude has totally changed. So it was a great evening. We have a super event going on out here in Kitland Nelson Park today through Sunday evening. We got 125 or so commemorative flags from people in the community that are honoring the veterans that they lost or their loved ones that are still serving. It is a gorgeous setting and it's a beautiful day. Come on out and enjoy it if you can. Sergeant Matthews, thank you for being here on Wednesday night. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, Don, for all you're doing for the community. It's a lot of volunteer work, hours you put in for this event as well. And now you can hear Don's whole ceremony on KLRNRadio.com, and just give it a second, tap our shows, then give it another few seconds, and then scroll up to the 6th show. You see my Remember the Fallen Star with Sergeant Dave logo. Tap that again, then scroll up. You see the most recent podcast is the Vietnam Traveling Wall in Apopka. So check that out, folks.
Sergeant Matthews, let me finish by saying that this event has taken over 2 years in planning to get the wall to Apopka on a date when we had something going on. The Rotary Club of Apopka, Bill Spiegel, has been working tirelessly to bring it together and to make it happen, and the City of Apopka cooperating with the Rotary Club of Apopka, the business communities that rose up to help with the funding on it, and the Fall Festival is here. Your kids enjoy carnival rides, bring them on out. There is a super fair going on. So in Kitland Nelson Park and Edwards Field, about 3 blocks south of Highway 441 in downtown Apopka on Park Avenue. Thank you very much.
Jack Brooks. Jack Brooks is a Vietnam veteran, and he's from the Tet Offensive time. I'll let Jack introduce himself to the Remember the Fallen show here at Kitland Nelson Park in Apopka with the Vietnam Traveling Wall.
I'm Jack Brooks. I live in Orlando, Florida. I went to Vietnam in December of 1967. My military occupation specialty was 91-20. I was an X-ray tech. Shortly after I arrived in Vietnam, the Tet Offensive started.
What year was that, Jack?
1968. I was with the 85th Back Hospital in Kim Yan on the Central Coast. We worked 3 days at the initial time of Tet, trying to save all of the wounded that came through our unit. I went all the way through Vietnam to December of 68 and came back home just before Christmas of 68. I have bodies in my spare time. When I visit the wall, I always think about all of the people that I probably handle or pack their bodies to be delivered back to their loved ones in America. I never packed a body, but what I didn't think about the families who were grieving, the mothers and fathers and wives and children who would receive this special package.
Thank you so much for what you're doing, what you did over there. It's amazing. You're still helping. 76 years old, still have your wits and everything, and we appreciate what you did over there during the Tet Offensive. You're such a brave man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Can you hear it? Yeah, we got a helicopter flyover right now, coming real close. You can hear the helicopter hovering over basically the center of the event. They're coming down close. You get the impact of, and I don't think they're landing. That'll be amazing if they land. Let's see motivation. They are landing. Incredible landing. They're very strong. This is Now look who I have here. We have Big B. All right, from Guam. All right, so Agent Orange Survivors of Guam on Facebook. But you guys remember Big B. He helped me on my second show. He was one of the co-hosts, right? So glad you could come out to the Kitland Nelson Park Vietnam Traveling Wall. This is outstanding. You're here, and you're here just out, spending that memorial with these great Apopka residents. They're proud of Apopka residents here. Great event here. So tell me, Brian, how's it going with the challenges with what's going on with Blue Water Navy veterans and what you're going on with the Agent Survivors of Guam? Give us an update.
Okay, what's going on right now? Commander John Wells and other members of Blue Water Navy are right now up on Capitol, or this next coming week. They'll be back up on Capitol Hill knocking on doors, mainly pursuing and working on the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee and trying to get more pressure on Chairman Isaacson to bring H.R. 299, the Blue Water Navy bill of 2018, out for a full vote, get it out, marked up, and bring it out to the full Senate, get it on the full Senate floor for a vote.
Yeah, because Congress unanimously voted it in, right? And then Senate came down and did a fish kill on it. So what happened there?
Right now what we've got going on is that certain parties in the VA, they're relying on old information, inaccurate information, basically from Dr. Elvin Young, who is, how should I describe him? I don't want to be derogatory, but a lot of misinformation out there, and he has on many, many occasions contradicted himself. And when he does an article or anything he releases, basically, I'm going to use the term cherry picking. He picks and chooses as to what he wants to put, and you've got people in Congress who don't know any better. Either they have they don't have the time, or they just take everything that he says as gospel truth. And we've proven him wrong on many, many occasions.
Well, I think what they're afraid of, you got close to 90,000 Blue Water Navy veterans that have been affected, but from Agent Orange being in the water or coming out of the sky and like that. They're afraid it's going to bog down the VA system, and now they're going to have more challenges, more money out of pocket, which they don't have any funding for. So, I mean, that could be the main, spear that's stopping it from going forward. What do you think?
Well, if, again, I will be going up with others, including Commander John Wells, Sergeant Major James Kuiken, USMC, retired, and other folks. We're going to be up on, like I said, we'll be meeting with Secretary Wilkie December 3rd, and we will be talking about Agent Orange on Guam. And I also have actual 14 BVA citations, Board of Veterans Appeals citations, that I will present to him, because it's a direct contradiction as to what, VA is saying. Agent Orange was never used on Guam. Well, then why are you approving these citations for veterans who were directly exposed to Agent Orange on Guam and Agent Orange on Guam only? Knock off the nonsense, gentlemen. Right. You're here to serve veterans and take care of veterans. You have a constitutional obligation to fulfill it. And what are you doing? You're letting them die by the roadside. Right.
So congratulations on getting that VA sulky appointment. That is outstanding. You were able to do that. Wilkie. VA Wilkie's appointment there. So I wish you luck on that, and let's get back into the store. So I sign it off here. Brian, here we go. Brian wants to talk more. Imagine that. Here you go, Brian.
Okay. One other thing. We right now, as it stands, we have had testing on Guam, and we've had mixed results. One laboratory says it was good. We got a positive hit for 2,4-D and 2,4-5-T, which are the main components of Agent Orange. But again, there's a little contamination issue that I read in the lab report, and but still, in their professional opinion, the chemists, laboratory tech said yes, it was there. While Defense Department's laboratory said no, it was never there. So either they didn't test properly or whatever. I don't know how they did it, but I'm not going to slam anybody on that. I have spoke with EPA, U.S. EPA, Guam EPA. They're going to do a couple more rounds of testing, and we've already been told if they're going to get more positive hits. DOD says no, it was never there. They're bringing me into Guam.
Okay, right. He's going to Guam. You hear that? And go to Military Veterans Advocate Group. This is all out of their own pocket, okay? And John Wells, they go to Washington, D.C. back and forth, and they need some help. Go on the donate page. Go ahead, donate on their site, and go to Agent Survivors of Guam, that Facebook page, and just and join it. And let's keep the conversation going. All right, signing out with Brian Moore, Agent Survivors of Guam. Thanks for coming out, Brian. Good job.
Love and respect all. Happy Memorial Day, or I'm sorry, Happy Veterans Day. And again, you know, I got family down here that was their names on the wall. And again, for all Vietnam veterans and Vietnam era veterans, love and respect all, and let's fight the good fight and make it count.
Right. Some gave all gave some gave all. Out.
Thanks, boss.
You're welcome, man. No problem, man.
Opening ceremonies Wednesday night of the Vietnam traveling wall. I have right now Major General Arnold Fields. Going to explain to you about the Vietnam traveling with the Commemoration, and he's in charge of it all up in Washington, D.C. And here is Sergeant Major General Fields. share our sponsors.